actually see what that is.
I was wondering about that too.
Oh,
It's okay. Yeah. Morning, guys. For those that have joined, we're just going to wait a few more minutes for other people to join, and then we'll get started.
just got random art pop up. There's another.
Oh, that's sweet. We have fans.
Oh, it's Valentine's. I think we may have had.
Yeah, wrong day. Whoopsie. We're going to have to change everything. Okay, well, somebody appreciates us. Thank you.
We're ready to start.
Okay, cool. Looks like a lot of people have joined. So welcome, guys, to our Halloween special. I am Chef Nick, as you guys know, and this is my sous chef, Monet. And today we're going to be cooking up a bunch of interesting dishes in our modular kitchen. So one of the questions we got in the other day was, what do we do on the 1st of November with our pumpkins? Because we've used it in every way we can think of, but what do we do afterwards? When the trick-or-treating is over, we just leave it there and wait until Christmas for it to rot. So we've come up with 3 different recipes that you can use: spiced pumpkin pie, roast pumpkin with cumin, butter, and seeds, and roast pumpkin and rice salad. They are just
very good
amazing
for our summers, I have to say. It's a nice and cool dish for our summers in South Africa. But yeah, I mean, we all carve our pumpkins for Halloween, and we've got the jack-o'-lanterns, and after Halloween, what do you do with the pumpkin? You know?
Yeah.
And
I think you've got seeds growing at your front door.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think this is a couple of special ways that we can use those pumpkins and make something really special from it.
Yeah. So we're going to dive right into it, slice a few things, and take it from there.
There we go. Segueing into actually what we want to talk about today. And it is very similar to what we spoke about in our kitchens today. It is digital twins. And what we want to talk about is, what do we do with our digital twins once, the project's done? Now, what I want to show you guys here is that even though Nicholas and myself, we are Matterport specialists, you can, switch in whatever digital twin technology or tools you use into this presentation, and it would work exactly the same. So I just want to showcase some of the twinning softwares and tools out there that you can use for whatever purposes you need to see fit.
Yeah. Once again, it's also about using the right tool for the right job as well. So you can't exactly cut a loaf of bread with a
butter knife.
Exactly. So yeah, we're thinking along those lines, and this is what we're going to be diving into.
There you go. Now, again, if you guys have visited any of our webinars before, you will have seen this slide, and I promised the lads that I would not rant about this today. But one of the important things when we start building our digital twins is we give our digital twin a purpose. We give it something to do. We give it its initial intent, and this is how I tend to catalog what our digital twins need to do and what that priority of intent is. And for the most part, if we look at any of the clients we deal with, this is normally where we end. You go to your clients, you ask them, great, what do you need this twin for? What data do we need to grab from this? We start the project, we do it, and then after that, as with our pumpkins, it rots away. We give it to our clients and they never open it again, right?
Yeah, kind of filed in that back of the closet section where it just collects dust.
Exactly. And, with that in mind, I've just created, and this is truly what my brain looks like sometimes, a little brain chart here, of some of the purposes that we use our digital twins for. You've got your main 4, which is, promotions, your build, design, and operation fields, some of the maintenance or insurance fields. And you'll see as an example there in our DBO, we've got our AEC, so in construction, those types of things, which is majoritively where we kind of play, right? But But I don't see why, when creating our digital twins, we have to stop at one purpose. And I don't see why we can't jump from one section to another in building these digital twins, because as I mentioned before, um, apologies for that.
Someone calling for a recipe.
There we go, starting off strong. But yeah, I really don't see a reason why we can't move our digital twins from one section to another. I think that personally it should be done. And in that regard, as per all cooking shows, we've cooked up a few recipes ahead of time for you.
Yes, we have. So I'm going to jump into one of my favorite ones, actually, which started out as you can see, cross-trainer there on the left-hand side. It started as the client just asked us to assist them with a general scan of the store. What happened then after sharing that with one of their directors in the States, it became a what's the word I'm looking for? A standard that the directors of the store wanted, that all stores in South Africa actually then needed to be scanned so that they could see what the stores looked like. And not only that, but they had seasonal changes. So what they were able to do then is, obviously during our summer, they had the summer brands there. And as summer ended, they started bringing in their autumn fashion and whatnot, and they started scanning that, preparing it. And people could see that online and start pre-ordering that. So their sales picked up something crazy. And after that, they kind of, it's their standard, which they now do. And they're currently working on a project where they're going to be using the Matterport scans for people to actually start purchasing using a VR set and everything else. It's becoming pretty awesome. We can't share too many details, but it's something really cool that's coming from that one. And then our office being stripped is also one of Monet's favorite topics, because when we first scanned our office, he was the one who picked up small little faults that you could see quite clearly within the first scans. The one that you're seeing there is of our office being done already, but it really just helped the guys when they were doing the designing and the layouts and all of that with what to do from there.
Yeah, and again, another special one in my heart is kind of like the Leonardo apartments, because I think that's one of the ones that has been taken the furthest.
You're right.
We started as just scanning for as-built and for the interior designers to showcase what they're planning to do. And yeah, now if you want to book a room, you can walk through that room ahead of time before booking it and book exactly the room that you've walked through, so you can actually see what's happening. So in that hospitality field, I think it's played a really big difference as well.
100% there.
All right, and just for those who want to go and explore them themselves, please, go ahead, scan the QR codes. I want you guys to really walk around those spaces and see what we're seeing and see the potential of where these can be taken. Not just in marketing and not just for our AEC suites, but this webinar is truly a conversation we want to use to go forward and actually open up people's minds to what we can do with the information that we have.
Exactly. And you'll see the Leonardo construction sample, the second one. That floor is actually on the 9th floor of the building, where they are still working on a revamp to turn that into a reception area. So to see what it looks like in the scan there, it doesn't look like that now, but seeing what it looked like there, it's very interesting to think that yes, this beautiful building, and in the center of it is almost like this mush, if I can call it that. But the guys who know what to do with it had used it incredibly well. And weird fun fact, actually, the Leonardo was actually
fully snagged.
Yes, with the Pro 2 when it was being built. So that's also something where it's, people take their hat off to Matterport, even the Pro 2 when it first got started.
Yeah, and I mean, this also reminds me, if you think about it, where we have dangerous construction sites, using this as part of our incorporation to our health and safety. People can go onto the scan, see what dangers there are on site, prepare themselves beforehand before even stepping on site. Mitigating a lot of the inherent dangers of a construction site itself. So we can do our issues, our snags, our RFIs. We can start using it as, part of our health and safety and, going forward even more,
Yeah,
iterative
yeah,
scans.
yeah.
So
And we have a lot of property companies that we are well aware of that also use it for facilities management.
yeah,
We can't delve into too much detail about it, but it is something that they use quite substantially now. Because once they know what it's for, they're using it to its maximum potential. And with that, it's increase of sales efficiency. There's a list of pros that have actually come up from that. So it's something that I think Matterport hit the nail on the head when they actually started developing something that can actually be so user friendly in so many different divisions.
and for me as well, and that's what this webinar is all about, is opening up our minds to thinking of possibilities
Yeah,
rather than just
yeah,
the scope we set out and how we
yeah.
add value to our clients in many different ways,
I'm not just putting a scan in the back of the shelf.
you know,
Yeah,
like we all tend to do.
yeah. Okay. So I know you're probably all looking at this one wondering, okay.
I definitely would.
Yeah, no, he was. So with this one, what I wanted to add, and I think this is something that as South Africans we can sort of be fairly proud of in a sense. So the vice president of Matterport is actually South African, and she visited us a couple of months ago, and we had a good chat about everything and all that jazz. And what happened was she ended up telling us how they picked up that from all the different sales and countries that have Matterport, South Africa started standing out because of the different uses of what we were actually using it for. And because we're South African, we are used to no electricity, no water, no this, no that. We are very creative people. So we start thinking of ways, okay, well, if that doesn't work, let me try this. And guys started doing that with Matterport itself. And one of the examples, which will be in the QR code there, I didn't put the image up specifically because I'd really like you guys to go in there, is a couple of years ago, a client bought Pro 3 from us and he started scanning ships in Cape Town, which were then sent, the scans were then sent to the States for the guys there to train and learn about everything on the ship itself. So that by the time they arrived in South Africa, they actually knew the layout of the ship. And that's a true story. And I was like, okay. And the client actually he ended up buying a second camera because they got so busy with it. Hence why we put there South Africans plus Matterports equals world champions. Along with that as well, we were asked as Moderna to do a presentation to all the other Matterport resellers worldwide because they wanted to use us as an example of what else you can do with Matterport. So to us, it was a bit of a feather in our cap, which we were quite happy about. And the scan in the QR code, I'll let you know, it is a small boat where trainers well, actually in New Zealand, they used it for the guys to learn about where everything is in the boat itself for the skippers. They let us use this code. They obviously took away all the videos and everything else that is in it. So it is a raw scan of it.
Yeah,
But it's
no free skipper
yeah,
training
no,
today.
no. But it's pretty cool to see that after he saw and found out what the Cape Town guys were doing, that this guy in New Zealand, which sometimes isn't even featured on a map,
Yeah,
I know
true,
they get
true.
very offended. So yeah, he used it for that, and it's worked out pretty well for guys on that side. So I think being South African, we think outside the box, and that's what Matterport is about. Use it, think outside the box with it. Think of any and everything that you want to use it for. Be creative, and you'll be surprised what will come from it.
And again, not just with Matterport, but
Mm.
any digital twins.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Any digital twins we create, there's always a question we have to ask, and
Mm.
I think we have to start shifting our perspectives to, create that value chain
Yeah.
rather than asking the client what they need the data for.
Yes.
We start giving the client the use cases, what they can use this data
Mm.
for, and increase that value in the
Mm.
value chain.
Mm.
And that will, not only increase, the value that they receive, but
Mm.
also the business we can do.
Correct. Yeah.
Expanding that all the way.
Yeah. And in the long run, everything comes down to also customer service. A lot of people have complimented South Africa for their customer service. We're not like some countries where it's like, good morning, hi, how are you? And they look at you like, why are you greeting me and asking me how I am?
Correct.
AKA
Yeah.
Germany. But you never heard me say that. But so we are like that. And I think it's a standard that South Africans expect good customer service. And if you can do that with the scan that you've been given, giving them that extra, what else, what else, what else, how else can you help them? That expands all around, and the ripple effect takes off from there, and it just increases your business tenfold.
Yeah. And look, I want us to open up the floor now to any
Mm,
questions because we really want to hear what your guys' ideas are, and we're more than willing to share some more ideas that we've seen from not only ourselves and our customers and partners, but
mm,
that we've actually started seeing all across the world,
mm.
thanks to Matterport and the digital twins we create there. So please open up your chats and let's see what cool ideas you guys can come up with.
So, okay, we can see people typing and see what's coming in. Okay. Okay. So we have someone who has asked, um, I have a car dealership. How can Matterport assist me with a small car dealership?
Yeah,
Mm,
actually, we've and after this, please get in touch with us. All of the emails and so forth will be
mm,
shared with you guys. We actually have a demo that we can show you where we've done exactly that. We've scanned not a dealership, but rather
yeah.
an auction house
Yes, yes,
with
yes. Yep.
auctioning of cars. And you
Mm,
could actually bid on the cars through the Matterport scans.
mm,
And I think in that regard, it would
mm.
be a
Yeah.
perfect facsimile to that.
Yeah. Because
So very good idea there.
yeah, it's similar to, sorry to interrupt there, going back to that room in the Leonardo, where, and I'm sure this has happened to a couple of people, where you go on holiday, you book a place, and you arrive there, and it's so small that, like, oh wow, the photos didn't do it justice, but at least with the scan, you can see the room and feel it. The same would be for the cars. You take a photo of a car, it doesn't give the same effect of what it really is, but the scan at least shows you detailing of everything as well.
Yeah, and obviously I'm always going to take a picture of the good side of a car, right?
Yes, yes,
Not of
yes.
the scratch side on the
Yeah,
other side.
exactly.
But with the scan being able to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
around it,
yeah.
you you
You
can really
pick
explore it.
everything up. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool. What? How to incorporate 3D model, 3ds Max, and renders into the scan? Okay.
All right, so that's actually a very good question. So currently, what we have seen is that creating those 3D models and using 3ds Max, we normally work from an as-built side
Mm,
backwards. So you can use your Matterport scans as a point cloud, as a reference,
mm,
and model off of that, and it makes the modeling so much easier to complete because rather than having to figure out how this model comes together, it becomes a great tracing job. Um, and from there we can obviously do our renders from there and
mm,
any changes that need to happen. But I think you can take it one step further because there are many plugins you can use with Matterport
mm,
that allow for virtual staging.
mm,
So especially with the defurnishing function now, you can have whatever area you need to go and scan,
mm,
defurnish it and start placing in the new models for
mm.
new interior designs from there.
Yeah.
So very,
Mm.
very good question there.
On that topic as well, just to follow up there, with Matterport doing their defurnishing tool and having it run quite efficiently as it's going now, they are also working on being able to add furniture and artwork and different pieces into scans in the future. So that
Yeah.
is coming up, but we don't have specific dates as to when, but it is something that'll be coming up in the very near future, which
Yeah.
is very exciting as well. It's pretty nice.
Then for now, I mean, things like treaters would give you that ability
100%,
as well,
100%.
but
Yeah.
there,
Yeah, so there's
um,
where there's a war, there's a way. So yeah,
yeah, South Africanize it.
yeah, South Africanize it. Yeah.
Good
Okay.
question there. Thank you very much.
Um, So I think if there aren't any more questions coming up, also feel free to drop us an email, and also feel free to leave a comment on here. We will probably wrap it up then because I know it's a Friday and it's the last day of the month and everybody wants to get going. So we hope that you guys tune in for our Christmas special. And then we can see you guys there. Okay, let's see. We
I see.
one or two
I
questions.
see we have another one there. Can we give a quick live walkthrough of a scan? Yes, most definitely we can probably do that for you. So let me quickly open one up.
Give us a second.
So while we're on that question, is there any type of space that you would like to have a view of?
Anything in particular?
Yeah, so any industry that you would like us to have a walkthrough.
This feels like you're watching a WhatsApp chat where you can see the people typing, but they haven't sent the message yet.
Yeah, so please let us know what type of industry are you in, and we'll gladly try and showcase a scan of that industry for you. Yeah, live walkthrough.
So we've got a lot to choose from.
Yeah. Chemical processing plant.
Okay.
So we've got one retail shop fitting. So I think that one, you can scan one of the QR codes. If you're unable to scan the QR code, the links will be pasted in the webinar chat as well. So you can go and have a look at that X-ray one for a retail shop fitting. Chemical processing. Do I have, let's see. I should have one. Just give me a second, guys. Just want to see if I've got maybe not a chemical processing plant, but I should have a plant of some sorts.
Right, and we also not refer. Yeah, there we go. That could work. Yeah. So the thing about doing something live is what I'm in the AAC industry. What kind of light conditions would you need for a scan?
So for your scans, what you would need is just your basic natural lighting, right? So no need to, have any specialist lighting installed. And I normally tell the guys that if you are able to see, so will the camera.
Yeah.
So if you are comfortable in a specific lighting environment, then you can use that same lighting environment for your scans as well.
Yeah. And it also, there are places where we have personally scanned where the lighting hasn't been so great. It does pick up, but once again, also depending on what you would require it for. If you are looking for something just to get a visual walkthrough, it's fine if the lighting isn't fantastic. But if you need something where you need to be able to pick up the dimensions and a lot of other things with it, then it's advisable to try and get the area lit up as decently as possible so that you can see it.
It seems that I no longer have any plants I can showcase.
So we have architecture there that somebody's asked, but let's see what we can then bring up something.
All right, so let's go for, let's open up a random space. There we go.
And this is something which I'm sure a lot of people might think, no way. Could you get something from a Matterport with this?
Yeah, so we've actually gone ahead and scanned this plant room as well. And what they basically needed to do is they needed to see where all of these pipe runs go. So very importantly for them was firstly being able to see the pipe runs themselves, right? And they also wanted to see, and this is very important, they needed the color system on it.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
I remember that too.
especially with, when you get into something like this where you've got piping spaghetti all around you. Black and white scans that you might get from other types of digital twinning was just not good enough, and they really needed to see where all of the hot lines and the cool lines actually came together. So there we go. I finally found a plant that we can showcase.
It'll love auto blur as well. And then what's the question there? And what about markups and measurements? How accurate and easy? Okay.
So in terms of measurements, we can do all of our basic measurements. So here you can see some of the measurements just popping up now. And with the measurement accuracy, you're still looking at the same accuracy as we have with our Matterport cameras. So you are looking at that 5 to 15 millimeters deviation that you can expect, dependent on the material itself. So you are normally still fairly accurate in terms of your measurements.
It does fall into scope.
And adding measurements is as easy as clicking a little plus sign here, and you'll see a little magnifying glass pop up. And then from there, we can, wherever we want to measure to, and we can add our own measurements in there as well.
And I see we have one last question. Do I need special software to view a plant 3D Revit project in Matterport?
So to view these Matterport projects, all you need is an internet connection. Look, they have built in, working with ACC as well, so you can bring that into ACC as well. But in terms of any devices or special equipment needed or software needed to view these Matterport scans, no. As long as you've got a network connection and any smart device, you can view your scans from there.
Simply by copying the link of the original scan and sharing it that way. There is also, just as a side note, there is a Revit plugin that you can use as well, depending on the project once again. So 9 out of 10 times there is a way to do it. Matterport does always have a way to do something. And if there isn't, we are always here to help with that. But where there's a will, there's a way. Very impressive system. Thank you. We wish we created it, but we can't take all the credit for it.
Not full credit.
No. The recipes, yes, but not Matterport itself. What can we create groups for sharing, and is it interactive?
Yes, so you can create groups for viewing groups. So you can create different views for different viewers. So each group can then have their own specific views, meaning that we can create markups for your electrical engineers. We can create markups for your municipal engineers, your structural engineers, and each of them can then go and add their own information on these markups, and we can view them all together as well at the end. So we can definitely do that as well.
That would be using the same scan of one scan and just having it
the different views
with multiple viewers on there. Yes, we can do.
All right.
Cool. I think it looks like that's the end of the questions. And
outdoor scanning.
Outdoor scanning.
So with outdoor scanning, you can definitely scan outdoors if you're using the Pro 3 system. So that's the Pro 3 camera there. The Pro 2 camera, that was mainly built for our indoor environments. So that uses infrared rather than the blue shift LiDAR laser. But you can definitely scan outdoors. And I think if you look at the scan that Nicholas has shared with the skipper training, you actually are out on the docks.
It's nice. You start on the dock and then walk towards the boat. It's actually quite nice.
All right.
Okay, it looks like that is the end of the questions now.
Right.
Can I see a top view?
Yes, you can definitely see a top view as well. So if we just go here, go to a floor plan view, and there's your top-down view of your scans as well. All right, you can also go into full 3D view as well, with what Matterport calls the dollhouse view. So let's select all of our floors here, And you can go and view that in a dollhouse view as well. So yeah, many different ways we can actually view our scans.
Awesome. Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
And just one last note before we start signing off on our side. For those who wanted to just have, and let me just quickly take this away again so we can actually see our thank you slide.
Yeah.
For all those who were wondering, just for the recipes we did share today, please go and find the recipes there for us. And please come back to us and tell us, how it came out. Like I said, my personal favorite is the pumpkin salad.
Yeah.
I've actually made it quite a couple of times, and I'm never opposed to a good pumpkin pie.
Yeah, no, pumpkin pie is my favorite. It's kind of next up to, just eating it, the type of one that your grandmother makes over Christmas,
Yeah,
which is going to be part of our Christmas special, which will be coming up pretty soon.
yeah.
So stay tuned, and thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions, once again, feel free just to send them to us. You're welcome to send them to our marketing team. And okay, we have a link that's been shared. Yeah, there we go. So if you guys wouldn't mind, please fill in your comments and questions there, and we'll hopefully get back to you ASAP. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys very soon in the future.
Yeah.
Have a Christmas.
In the Christmas special, we'll be nugging some eggs, honeying some hams, and we're going to talk about how to sweeten the price with your clients
Yeah.
and actually pricing up your scans
Yeah.
for a sweet treat over Christmas.
Yeah.
So see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys enjoy your days. I hope you enjoyed our presentation, and I hope you have a great day from here on.
And weekend. Enjoy the pies, guys. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.